crime numbers, crime statistics are skyrocketing in our major cities, and it's by design. I'm going to give you a little bit of an idea behind that, bring you a peek behind the veil of secrecy there. And while it might be shocking for some, it's not going to be shocking for many. Sit by and watch this episode of Guns and Gadgets to see what I mean. Today's video is brought to us by the USCCA. The United States Concealed Carry Association gets you prepared for what happens before, during, and or after an act of lawful self-defense. And it doesn't have to be armed with a firearm. If you want to know more, you're going to click that link down below. It's uscca.com/GNG. There's a lot of information there that will benefit new and older gun owners alike. Don't get upset, I'm one of those older gun owners. There's a lot of information on there, and it's what I happen to use for my family. It could benefit you as well. To make up your mind, to read more, hit that link, uscca.com/GNG. It's down below in the description and in the pinned comment. And let's jump into this one. So I hit you with a couple of videos yesterday, and there was a few more that I wanted to put out, but I realized that people can get tired of checking the channel a lot. So there's going to be a couple thoughts into this one, so please stand by with me and follow me through this mess. So I want to bring forth to you that the people in Beverly Hills, the uber rich, the uber progressives, typically, in Beverly Hills, just outside of Los Angeles, have started to arm themselves at an astronomical rate. I was just in the gym and I was watching the owner of the only gun shop in Beverly Hills talk about this. And one of the things, one of the recurring themes was the increase in violent crime and how the district attorney has gone soft on crime. He's woke. He's very woke. His name is George Garcon, and we'll talk about him in a second. But the people in Beverly Hills, many of them first-time gun owners, many of them self-proclaimed progressives. It's not easy today. Or people who have been anti-gun in the past, many of them advanced in age, are taking up arms to defend themselves because they know that California's defunding the police and going soft on crime isn't going to help them. We need to take control of our own personal safety. It should be paramount in everybody's life. Remember, like I always say, when seconds count, help is only minutes away if you can get them on the phone fast enough. And let's be real. If you watch TV, you watch these incidents, especially in California and the Los Angeles area, you're seeing a lot of slash and grabs. When you're getting cut up in the face, you're not dialing 911. You're not. You need to take up your own personal defense immediately. So in California, in a whole, the whole state, as a result of the increased crime and the wokeness, defunding police, going soft on criminals, letting them out without bail, the state has seen an increase of 686,435 new firearms in 2020 alone. Now, 21 just ended. We don't have the stats yet, but that's a 65% increase from 2019. That's a lot of handguns. That's a lot of people saying, you know what, we're done. And my hope is that those people change their ideals and fundamental thoughts going forward when they make decisions that count in November. But in the meantime, I'm glad more people are taking up their personal safety, their personal responsibility. Now, why would they be doing that? On the screen, you can see that Los Angeles, the crime spike from 2019 to 20 to 21, violent crime is up year over year, and the numbers are astonishing. It was up 4% in 2019. It was up 6% in 2020. Property crimes, they went down 6% in 2019, but they went up 3.6% in 2020. And you can see on the graph, they went up again in 2021. Shooting victims, it's skyrocketing. In 2019, it went up 53.3%. In 2020, it went up an additional 10.6% from the year before. And you can see 2021 has eclipsed that mark as well. Now, why do I give you these numbers? You see, these numbers will carry through in all your major cities. Boston, New York, Baltimore, Chicago. All of them have similar results. Why? What's changed? Well, a lot of it has to do with this guy right here. For those who aren't aware, that's George Soros. For the last several years, George Soros, who's a billionaire, has been quietly financing a revolution in criminal justice reform here in America. Why would he do that? Well, if you follow George Soros and what he's done globally, you'll know. But if you don't follow George Soros, he does this for a reason. His thing where he makes money is he'll crash an economy by increasing crime and stuff like that, causing skyrocketing inflation. And that's where he makes his money when economies collapse. And that's what he's trying to do here in the United States. Now, in the past couple of years, he's doled out tens of millions of dollars to fund or to help the campaigns of progressive district attorney candidates. He's also a big player in the movements to defund the police and abolish bail. And that's that's a big, major driving force behind a lot of this skyrocketing violent crime. Now, one of his big vehicles in which he gives this money to people is the Foundation to Promote Open Society. And the goal of his PACs that give money to these ultra-progressive candidates for office, specifically attorneys general, is to end tough policing and mass incarceration. And while I see a value to the ending the mass incarceration, what a lot of people don't get, and I'll probably get some flack for this, but what a lot of people don't get is that what stops the baddest of the bad, the most evil people, believe me, there are evil people who just get off on harming others for personal gain. And the only thing that stops those sons of bitches is tough policing. Yeah, I get it. A lot of people aren't big fans of police. But when you need to have some tough sons of bitches taken down, it takes tough sons of bitches to do it. And that brings us back to Soros. Soros and his groups are a catalyst for change. If you're pissed off at the fundamental changes that are happening to this country, then you should probably pay a little bit more attention and try to do something about it. Here are just a couple of the ultra woke district attorneys that George Soros has funded. And don't forget, we covered last year with the McCloskeys in St. Louis, Kimberly Gardner, another George Soros funded district attorney. And I'm going to read you a quote by Tom Anderson, who is the director of the Government Integrity Project at the National Legal and Policy Center in Virginia. And he said, George Soros has quietly orchestrated the dark money political equivalent of shock and awe on local attorney races throughout the country, shattering records, flipping races, and essentially making a mockery of our entire campaign finance system. Between 2015 and 2019, Soros and his groups have spent or donated more than $17 million on local district attorney races. And in 2020 and 2021, he's expected to donate in excess of $20 million in just these 2 years alone. Everywhere a Soros-backed district attorney goes, violent crime skyrockets. Everywhere. The only good Soros-backed prosecutor is a defeated prosecutor, and that's where we come in. You need to know who your candidates are, and you need to organize people, educate people, and get them to respond accordingly. And that's just the tip of the iceberg with George Soros. He is a big-time donator towards all kinds of things when it comes to the voting debacles we've been seeing. He's big behind that. So education is key, and communication is next. We need to learn more, guys and gals. Do the best you can. Know everything you can about your candidates, especially this is an election year. This is the midterms. There's a lot of stuff that's going to be up for vote in November. You need to pay attention to what's going on. Educate yourselves. Take that step. If you don't know, find out. Reach out to the groups in your state who will know and get that information out. We cannot allow Hungarian-born George Soros to destroy the United States of America. And with the amount of violent crime that's increased at his doing, it's directly as a result of his intervention, I will say this with all sincerity. Be safe, stay vigilant, and carry a gun to keep you, your friends, your family, your community safe. I know a lot of people don't think that way, guys and gals, but your mental acuity, your mental focus in a time where you're facing evil eye to eye is a big factor in how you will perform and how you will prevail in that scenario. And it wouldn't hurt to check out the USCCA as well, in case you have to make a decision to do just that. USCCA.com/GNGs down below. Guys and gals, I know it's kind of all over the place. I'm frustrated on this one, and I think you can see that because probably not my best work here, but George Soros, he's a POS, and he's got to be stopped. And it's going to come down to us. Till we see each other again, take care.